Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Well, it is that time of year. Basketball season, Division III, University of Scranton men's coach Carl Danzig joining us on the show. And, Coach, I'm sure you're very excited about this season.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Last year was a bit of a transition year, and we managed to keep our heads above the water. So we got a lot of nice pieces coming back, and we're excited to see what we can do, obviously, for this year.
Well, talk about the recruiting process. We know some of the guys, and we'll get to them, some of the experienced players that are back, but talk about some of the freshmen and incoming guys for this year.
Yeah, we brought in three new bodies this year. First was Sean Cummings. He's from St. Peter's Prep out of Jersey. He's kind of an inside-outside kid, can do a little bit of everything. It brings a lot of energy to the court. And then we have John Vickus from Mahopac, New York, 6'8", long kid, really runs the floor well and strong around the basket. And then brought in a nice point guard from St. Joe's Prep. Down out of Philly, old Speedy Morse, head coach down there. So we're very excited about these three young kids coming in.
Well, you have some other guys in the inside of the floor. The Boken kid out of California. You got Jason Pierce, who's definitely a force in the inside. So some of these other guys will help solidify that a little bit.
It will. It will. We needed some size and a little more guard play. So I'm pleased with the pieces that we got. Now we just got to get them all to work together. So
we're talking with Carl Danzig here on the John Mendola Show. And, Coach, number 3 is a pretty darn good player, Ross Danzig. Tell about how did his offseason go for him?
He had a really good year. He managed to play quite a bit of ball and juggle work and amongst other things, but he's ready to go, and he's easy, works hard, and he's a true coach's son. I don't have to get after him too much. It's nice.
How about this group that you have at the U this year, and some of the guys that you mentioned that you have back? I mean, you're expecting this. I'm sure the expectations are high for yourself and for the players on the court.
Exactly. Obviously we want to get back to the championship game, win the conference, and I really love the energy that we're getting from another local player, Justin Klingman. He saw a lot of time in the second half of the season and looks really good so far this year. Senior Tommy Morgan, super athletic kid who's going to play the point guard for us. He's been playing swing guard most of his career, and then another good shooter, Michael Bohr, another senior. So we got some real solid depth at the guard play, and then we got Big Pierce just to bang some people around, and hopefully he'll make Boken's life a little bit easier inside. So it's a good cohesive group, and one of the fun things that we did this summer was we took a trip to Montreal and went up there and played 3 games during the month of August and threw it around for 7 days. So that helped us out a lot too. So picked up some good flow early on, and it's carrying over into practice now.
Carl, when you talk about the style of this group of guys that you have, and some of the styles that you play in the Landmark Conference, how do you differ from some of the other teams?
We play with what we got, and we change every year, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, offensively and defensively. But we have some meat and potato things that we stick to. Obviously, defense is the key to being successful, and we certainly spend a lot of time doing that. We just worry about what we do, John, and play our game, and hopefully we can get people to adjust to us. And if we're doing that, then we're playing good basketball. That's always our goal every game.
Talking with Carl Danzig. We are talking about the University of Scranton men's basketball program. And, Carl, you open up this weekend. Tell us about what's going on this weekend. It's always a fun event.
Yeah, the Radisson Invitational has been going on, I think, close to 14 years now, and this being my 13th year. And Radisson's been a great supporter of ours all these years. Nice. You got to put the plug in, John. But we got Randolph-Macon coming in, who's a top 25 team. They'll be opening up with Penn State Abington, and then us playing Immaculata out of a scrappy team out of Philadelphia. So, we got to get by Friday to see who we play on Saturday, but should be a very good event. We've got 4 really solid teams in this year.
So you go from this weekend with the four great teams, including yourself, in that tournament, then you go right to take on Misericordia University. So a challenging start to the season and a lot of excitement, I'm sure. And you guys better be ready right out of the gate.
Yeah, Trevor does a great job down there, and that game is always a bloodbath. It seems, and so that's never one that we look past ever. And then certainly when we play them, then we're going to step right in and play Cabrini, who's been a stalwart in the top 10 over the last couple of years. So first four games are going to be pretty challenging, but this is what you got to do to see where you're at and get yourself ready for conference play.
Coach, you talk about the landmark conference. Who are the favorites this year, other than, obviously we think high expectations from the Royals?
Yeah, we got the button again this year, fifth time out of 7 years in the conference, but we love it. Merchant Marine's going to be really good. Catholic is going to be good again. They're always good. I think the folks should be ready to see Susquehanna and Moravian and Juniata also in the mix. So the conference returns a lot of solid players. I think it's going to be very competitive, and same old story. You got to protect your home turf and try to split on the road, and hopefully you make the playoffs at the end of the year.
Well, Carl, should be a very exciting year for the University of Scranton. Again, you got a real nice team coming back, and you mentioned 3 key freshmen, which will help contribute as well. So look forward to seeing you guys on the court.
John, thanks. I'm excited for these guys. They've worked really hard, and looking forward to the people coming out and supporting us.
Carl Danzig from the University of Scranton, his 13th year, and ready to go once again for 2013-14.